Flosstube. I am Shannon, the Sota Stitcher, and I am here for Flosstube number 4. I'm going to be doing my finishes. Now, these will all be things that I've framed or finished, not things that I haven't. I have a couple of things. I have one at the framer. I have one that I need to order a frame for, and I'll show those in future videos. But for now, I'm just going to show you everything that I do have already done. And so I'm going to show you. I have my cheat sheet, so I can try to tell you all the information, and they're all around me, so I might do a little shuffling, and hopefully I'm not annoying, but anyways, so I'm going to start with things that are to my left. I'm going to start first with Suffrage Act by Little House Needleworks. I found this frame at Goodwill. It's actually a really old frame, and I thought it fit perfectly. I really, really like it. I used all of the called for colors, and the fabric is 32 count, picture this, plus Heartland. I really liked how, I like it. I like patriotic stuff, so I think it turned out beautiful. And just a caveat, I'm mostly a framer. I'm not like, I don't like finished things like decor-wise, stuff like that. That's not really the style of our house. So I have everything pretty much framed with the exception of a couple. So yeah, this is Suffrage Act Proclaimed by Little House Needleworks. Okay. I'm going to try not to scratch any of the frames when I'm moving them around. Okay, next is Little House by Cassandra Fairy Wool in the Wood, I believe is how, yep, Fairy Wool in the Wood. It was stitched on Bee Stitch Me. It's an Ada, and it looks like probably 18 count. And I believe the colorway is Toast. I grew up with Little House on the Prairie, as did a lot of people. It was especially special for us since I grew up in Minnesota, and I literally thought they were my neighbors. But anyways, so I used all the call for colors. Yeah, I just really love it. I think it's just adorable. I love that they have Reverend Alden, Mr. and Mrs. Olson. Yeah, that was just such a super fun stitch. I even like how she has the mercantile being like the 2 steps, because they have 2 steps coming off of 2 sides in the TV show. And I love that they have the shape of the house just like theirs. This is framed in, it's actually a Hobby Lobby piece that I had. And it fit perfectly, so I just put it around foam core, and then it fit perfectly in there. So it's like, it's one of those decor with words underneath of it. I have no idea what I even said, but so yeah, I thought that matched perfectly. Okay, my next one is Dorothy's Discovery by Silver Creek Samplers. Now this is one that I did a little fun stuff with. This too is a Hobby Lobby wall art thing that I just put. So this actually is on foam, no, actually it's on, yeah, I think it's foam core. I did put some like padding stuff underneath it because I wanted it to pop off of the frame, you can see, and then bought some gingham fabric, and looks like it's a little goofy right there, some gingham fabric to put around to match Dorothy's dress. The thing that I loved about this one is that the shoes are sparkly. I don't know if you can see it on camera. And then for her dress, I did eyelet stitches. And Toto is in wool gentle arts, which is called for. Everything is a called for colors. So yeah, I really like how that one turned out. I love Wizard of Oz, so I had to do this one. Definitely. Okay. And the next one is bigger. I'm going to push myself back. This one I've talked about, I can't remember. I probably mentioned it in previous floss tubes, but I also have mentioned it on or on Instagram. I also talked a little bit about, I actually just got done filming an interview with a Flosstuber with Becca. Sam Stitches. It was so much fun. So you guys got to check that out. I think it airs in a week or two. But I talked about this one. Back in 1994, 95, I stitched the Monopoly board, and I just recently got it framed. And it's a big one, and it's heavy. And you're going to get a little bit of glare from the window, but there we go. Let's see if we can. But yeah, I stitched this a long time ago. I had it in a bin with some other old cross-stitch stuff, and I finally framed it. And it hangs in our hallway, which is right behind me. I got it framed at Michael's. This frame is it's black, but it also has like a pewter shiny look, but not like overly shiny. Like you can kind of see it when I do that. But yeah, I love it. I'm so glad that I finally got it framed. Oops. Still get used to like making sure things are not lopsided in my videos. There we go. So yeah, I'm super proud of that one and that I was able to finally get it framed. It's a beast. Okay, I am going to be careful. Okay. All right, the next one is a Dimensions Gold Kit that I did in 2002. And I talk about this in my video with Becca as well. So I won't go into great detail. You'll have to go watch that. If you want to know any more about me, I'm kind of an open book and I talk a lot. So watch the video. Anyways, this one I did in 2002. I did it in a little over 6 months for my husband's parents for Christmas. They were devout Catholics, and I saw the kit probably at Hobby Lobby back then, and I stitched them Fear No More. Something like that. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Fear No More. And this is not museum glass. This was just probably a cheap frame I bought back then, and a neighbor helped me cut the mat. I know the frame I just bought off the shelf, which I actually think looks really good with it. And they loved it. They really loved it. They have since passed away, and so now I have it back, and it's hanging in that hallway back there too. And I even have on the back so yeah, I mean, there's one of the stitches, the back stitches is kind of goofy in here, but I don't want to take it apart because I want that to always be on the back, because it was just super special for them and for us. Let's see, trying to get you to see it, but I still can't believe that I stitched this that fast. Literally, it was stitching all the time. But I love that I have it back in my collection now because it meant a lot to them, and I put a lot of work into it. So, all right. Next, I have, this is by Blackbird Designs in the Sweet Land of Liberty book, and it's called In Full Glory. I actually started this one on Inauguration Day this year. And I used some of my own colors. The fabric is, I think it's Confederate gray. I don't know for sure because I have a bin with leftover scraps and it fit on there real good. So, and then this is just a frame from Hobby Lobby that I really thought it pulled out the grays nice. I finished it on the day that my stepdad passed away. He was a Navy veteran. He actually died. He had extreme asbestos exposure on the Navy ship that he was on and died from mesothelioma on January 30th of this year. And I actually finished it on that date. And so I put his initials here, GD, to honor him. So this one really means a lot to me, and I have this one just on a shelf in my living room here. And I love patriotic, so yeah, that one's just special. Okay, next is Let Joy Be Unconfined by the Blue Flower. And this was one that when everybody was releasing the let's stay home and stitch hashtag when COVID pandemic first broke out. And I love this. This is in my living room as well, of course, framed. I have no idea where the frame is from. I can't remember. I have a lot of frames that I've gotten at thrift shops and stuff, so this may be where that one is from. It is stitched on 32 count, picture this, plus dapple. And I picked my own colors, which are just a bunch of DMC. If you want to know the colors, just let me know and I can tell you. I'm not going to rattle them off on this video. But yeah, I love this. Always hold a place in my heart because pandemic was something none of us will ever forget. Okay, my next one is by the Primitive Needle. It's Black and Sky, literally probably my favorite stitch. One I'm most proud of. I talk about that in Becca's video too. And so this is Black and Sky by the Primitive Needle. And this is stitched on 40 count Outback Jack by Bee Stitch Me. And I love this fabric. It's beautiful. I love the modeling. There we go. God, I'm struggling. I used all of the called for NPI silks. And I love it. I love how it turned out. Love it, love it, love it. I know this chart is very hard to find, as is the Monopoly. If you find it, you pay a lot for it. I actually was able to borrow it from a friend, so I was really, really thankful for that. And I'm excited about it. Okay. Next is a couple of smalls that I'm not quite done with. This one is by Beverly Street Shop, called A Very COVID Christmas 2020 Nutcracker. And I love nutcrackers. I collect them. I have a lot of them out at Christmas time. So I stitched that. I have no idea the fabric. And I think I used called for flosses. But, you know, wearing the masks, 2020. I do want to get some like Lady Duck Crates palms or something like that. I'm gonna be going to Stitchville, USA soon, so I want to try to find some Christmassy colors that I can bring back, because I have another one that I want to put the palms on the back too to make it a little more pretty. Okay, and so the next little one I have is by Darling and Whimsy Designs. And see, I haven't even finished this one yet, but I got it in the hoop. This one is the Quaker Reindeer, and I used a toile floss. It's really hard to tell, but I used a toile floss with my own color conversion, and I have no idea the fabric either. And I did this as part of Two Martini Stitchers Quirky Quaker Sal. So that was fun. Stitched it like in a day. They're super fast. Okay, next one is by With Thy Needle and Thread. It's called O Tannenbaum. Now she has two charts that are called that. One is like a tray, or things like sections in a tray, and then one is an actual tree. The only place I can ever find it was on her website, Country Stitches. And so this is O Tannenbaum. It was on a 28 count mushroom Lugana with the called for colors, and it's all over one, and I freaking loved stitching over one. Love it. And then I used some, I think they had these palms for a long time. I think that they're Dames of the Needle, if I remember correctly. And then Susie Reno here on Flosstube and Instagram. A few of us went over to her house last fall, I think it was, before Christmas. And it was me, and it was Karen Little Yellow House. I'm trying to remember what her Flosstube or her Instagram is. I'll put it down below. And then Farm Girl Michelle, we all went over there. And then Susie had bought these trees and then had a mat cut this shape for us and gave them to us as a gift. And then I don't know if the others have finished them, but I stitched mine right away because I was super excited about it and I love it, love it, love it. I know Susie had painted her tree green. I just chose to keep mine the brown. Or actually, it was like unfinished. I stained this with just a craft wood stain. I think it was maybe, I was thinking it was a walnut color. I can't remember for sure, but I do love it. Cute, cute, cute. And I put some puffy stuff underneath that too because I wanted to for it to stick out. I don't know where these are from. I'm thinking maybe they're from Hobby Lobby. There's no sticker on the back though, but yeah, very cute. Okay, next is the Primitive Needle Hoodoo Voodoo sampler on 32 count weeks, Confederate Gray. And the frame is from, oh shoot, here, I know I just got an email from them, let me check. The frame is from, it was one of those places online that you can do your dimensions and oh, sorry, I'm not finding it fast. I can link it below. Anyway, sorry, I can't find it right. I thought it was in my email, but I must have deleted it and I don't want to look through my garbage bin. But so yeah, Hoodoo Voodoo by the Primitive Needle. It is stitched on 32 count Confederate Gray with all the called for colors. And this frame literally was perfect for it. I love, love this piece. You know, because it's New Orleans-ish. So yeah, I was lucky enough to be able to borrow this chart too. Super excited that those were my two unicorns, Black and Sky and this one. And I've done them both. Oh, one more unicorn, which is coming up that I was able to stitch as well. So yeah, I love that. Love it. Okay, next one is Merry Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews. This was one of her freebies, and she's a good friend of mine, and last Christmas she sent quite a few of us an advent calendar for the month of December, and in there she included a copy, and then she included a little card that this was printed on. So I had to stitch it right away, but I love it. It was a really quick stitch. And I don't remember the fabric. I'm almost 100% certain it's a Be Stitch Me fabric. And then I used a DMC variegated floss, which I apparently did not document either. Typically I add that all to my spreadsheet, but this one I didn't. And then this was a frame that we actually had a family picture, a kid's picture on the walls in our other house. And so I kept a lot of them, and this actually just matched perfect with the brown. I thought it was dusty. It's not. It's just how it looks. But yeah, so I love that too. Cute, cute, cute. And next is the Temperature Tree by Stitchin' Mommy. I used 28 count Twilight Mist Jobelin. Now, Jobelin is not my favorite to work on, but it's perfect for this piece. And I used all of her called for colors, except for the trunk. I did not use DMC. I used Cocoa Bean by Crescent Colorworks. Now this is much lighter than much darker than the current Cocoa Bean by Classic Colorworks. And I ran out, and thankfully my friend Sharon Crescent, who actually owned Crescent Colorworks, had a skein of the old Cocoa Bean, and she sent it to me. So I was super, super thankful for that. But I love this. This was 2020, the temperatures here in central Minnesota. Now we don't get, so I did the daily averages. I didn't do the highs or lows. I just did the averages. If I done maybe the highs or the lows, we would have a different color scheme, but I just wanted to do the averages. But you can see over here, some of these purples are when it got pretty cold, but up here, I think there was only this one over here. I can't point to it, but there was one very, very light peachy pink color to indicate that it had gotten warmer that day. But otherwise, very mild temperatures here in central Minnesota. I just loved seeing how I started in January and then all through the year how it goes back to chilly back in the end of December. And typically in January we get more of the cold weather than in November, December, which obviously is indicated on this with the purple leaves. So each leaf represents one day. One branch episode represents 1 month. And I love it. And then down here, very, very, very tiny, I put 2020. I wanted it on there somewhere, but I didn't want to put like big letters on it. I just wanted the focal piece to be the tree. And I love the variegation in the cocoa bean for the trunk and branches. Thought it gave it a lot more character. And this fabric, again, is perfect. I'm not a huge Jobelin fan. I don't know why. I'm just not. But we all like different things, right? Okay. So, I'm running out of spaces. Okay. Next one is by Blackbird Designs. It's My Heart Can Rest. And this sorry, my phone started ringing. Sue Kasemba and Anita, Fiber Nook Anita, and I have an ongoing sale where we're stitching Blackbird pieces. This was our first one. We all stitched the same one. And what I did is, I'm trying to remember what the bottom words were. But what I did was now I'm trying to remember. You know what? I don't like to go on my phone when I'm filming, but I really want to see what the original was like. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. I guess it didn't have anything other than the year. I'm trying to there. I was thinking it said something different on the bottom, but it didn't. But I think the original was inside, if I remember correctly. So I put the French words on the bottom just because I thought it was cool. And this fabric is 18 count B-Stitch Me Toast. I used, instead of Mossy, which was that lighter green color, I used Pea Pod because my skein was way too bright for this piece. But yeah. Oh, that In Full Glory out of the Blackbird Sweet Liberty book was actually on 32 count Lakeside Linen Antique Gold. I couldn't remember what it was. And I documented it, go figure, so it is here. Okay. Next one is Hannah's Brownstone by the Scarlet House. This is stitched on 32 count Summer Khaki. Is that Lakeside Linen? I don't know. I can't remember. I didn't put that down. This was a sal with Fiber Nook Anita. Her and I did this after we saw Sue's when we were at the Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa. Sue had hers there. She had it framed, and we fell in love with it. So then Anita and I did a sal with this. That was super fun. I love it. So it's framed in, this is actually, if I recall, it's from Hobby Lobby, and it's one of those wall arts where there's a saying on it, but it's actually a frame. And I just pushed that part out because there's like a lip in there. I pushed it out, and then this one is dusty. Woof. Ugh. Apparently I don't get up on the walls and dust good enough. So yeah, I just did that sometimes what I'll do is I'll just go to a craft store, and if something looks like it's the right size, I'll see if I can make it work for these, because it does get expensive to buy frames if you need a funky size, and if I can't find one, then I'll order a frame. But so yeah, I love that. I love the flowers. I love everything about it. Berry bowl's cute. All right, next one is one of my unicorns that I was able to stitch. I fell in love with it when I saw Holly from Holly and Anita, Shine Sparkle and Stitch. She was working on it when we were at Stitch Arena. And it is Sally Spencer by Birds of a Feather. I love this. Now, I did make a couple substitutions, and I got this frame from that place too. It's not total framing, I don't think. Maybe it is. I can't remember, dang it. So let me see here. 14 count, picture this plush ancient. And so you can see the variegation with the blues in it. And the only thing I subbed was for buttermilk, where like the EIWT, that was buttermilk, and you could not see it on this fabric. And so I subbed out mango, color and cotton mango. And a lot of people I know that they like put rot by their name and then put initials of friends or family. I wanted it just to be Sally Spencer because I was obsessed with finding this chart and stitching it. So I left it just like it was. Yeah. Okay, and I have one more and then I am done. I talk about this too in Becca's video about my history with cross stitching, and I really just started getting into it again in 2019. So these are, with the exception of Fear No More and Monopoly, these are all done since then. So it may not seem like a lot, but I feel like it is for that many years. So a year and a half? No. Yeah. A little over a year and a half, and I've done all this. Wow. Okay, the next and last one is Bendy Stitchy Designs Rolodex Morning Sampler in collaboration with Carla Rolodex. And I love the song by Hosier that this is based on. And I love willow trees and cemeteries. And I talk about that in my video with Becca as well. And this fabric is perfect for it. I loved it, and I did sew out some colors. Like the grass is a special edition that Kitten Stitcher had from Gentle Arts. Can't get it anymore. But this is stitched on. Hello. Did I not? Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, I said 14 count pictures plus ancient. I think I need some coffee or something. And, oh no. Hello. I'm clearly tired. I'm hungry. And I need some caffeine. So let's rewind. Let's start again. Okay. This is Bendy Stitchy Designs Rolodex Morning Sampler, which I've already said. The fabric is Smog by Bee Stitch Me 32 count linen. It was the perfect color. There's like the deep blues and there's greens, and it's perfect. I love this piece so much. This was like one of my very favorite stitches too. Yeah, I just love it. So that's it. That is all of my my finishes. Like I said, I have a couple more. I have one at Michael's being framed. I think that was them calling, stating it was ready, because I went to pick it up yesterday and it was not up to my standards. I mean, it should be when you're paying that much money, right? So I think that was them calling me back to tell me it's ready. So I might be running there quick, and I will show it on my next video. And then I had just finished Stitch What You Love, the chart that was created in honor of Brenda from Brenda and the Cereal Starter. And I ordered a frame at Michael's for that because I couldn't find anything in that size. So I just went ahead and ordered one. And have that to frame. I have some other ones. I have Lori Holt Happy Camper that I stitched a year and a half ago. I need to frame that and bring it to our camper to hang up, and I just always forget about it. So I think I need to take that out. And I just finished Tomato Dame by Plum Street Samplers, so I need to find a frame for that as well. So anyway, well, thanks for watching. I know you guys were all very excited and waiting for me to do this, and I just had to take the time to pull this from my spreadsheet and take everything off my wall. So now I'll be tasked with hanging it all back up. So I thought it'll be fun. But anyways, I wanted to show you everything because I'm super proud of him. So I will see you in my next video. I really appreciate you watching. I'm getting closer to 2,000, and when I do, I want to give some stuff away. So tell all your friends and all the things and stuffs. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.